Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are stepping out of Sephora and walking into the drugstore. We are going to be doing a full face using only drugstore makeup because there are a lot of finds at the drugstore, but I feel like sometimes I neglect them and I look for like the pretty Sephora items, but like they're neglected. The drugstore products are neglected and we are going to use them today. If you're interested in seeing how I created this look today using only drugstore products, then please keep watching and please subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it, and give this video a like. I am going to zoom you in and we are going to get started. First up, I'm going to use the Catrice Prime and Fine Aqua Fresh Hydro Primer. This one retails for $8 US, and this one I actually found was a dupe for, what was it called? The Milk Hydro Primer, actually. I would say this is a pretty good dupe for that, except it's a lot cheaper. This primer here is really good and hydrating for your skin. I've always had trouble finding like good drugstore primers, foundations, you know, stuff like that. But this one I would actually say is one of the few ones from the drugstore that I actually think are really, really good. Let's help set the face. I always feel very over the top when I do this. It even says slay on it. Next, I'm going to go in with the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation. And this one retails for $6.99 US. This foundation is actually really good. Very natural ingredients. This I would say is like a light to medium coverage foundation. I think this even has hyaluronic acid, aloe vera, yeah. Oh, and this one is in shade 40 Neutral Vanilla. I'm not sure if this is my exact shade, but like it's pretty close. There is dampened. Let's go in with this. And just put that all over my face. The only thing with this foundation is I do find you need like a lot. You know, like it's not very full coverage. I always like to build it up quite a bit, but also it's a very thin serum-like foundation. I feel like that's pretty good. We'll kind of fix the rest with concealer. Next up, just put the lid on this. Let's try this again. Next up, I'm going to take the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And this one here retails for, I believe it's $6.49 US, I think in Canadian dollars though, it often goes on sale for like $5, so just wait for a sale if you're interested in it. I have two shades here. I have shade 11 and shade 15. Shade 15 is a really good spot concealer. Shade 11 is really good for brightening, at least for my skin tone. I'm going to take like a mixture of them. Let me start with the spot concealer. I'm going to take shade 15 and I'm just going to dab. And then it's always good to kind of let that sit for a bit. So I'm going to take shade 11 and I'm going to go underneath my eyes like this. Take it down a little bit. Let's start underneath my eye here. I'm so sensitive to drugstore concealers. I kid you not. This one is one of the few that burns my eyes, but I feel like it dries out my eyes so much. But I also have like the Essence one, the Covergirl Magic one or whatever, and those ones just burn, like straight up burn my eyes. Like every other area on my face is fine, but underneath my eyes it burns. But this one doesn't burn, but it dries out my eyes. If you know a really good drugstore concealer that's great for sensitive eyes, please leave that in the comments down below, because I've yet to find the best drugstore concealer. Like I have a lot of ones that do the job, but I just want like a really good one that doesn't dry out my eyes, that is good for sensitive skin, doesn't, you know, make my eyes burn, but at the same time has like a really good coverage. Like, does that concealer exist? Please leave that in the comments down below. So this is the what is this? The Milani eyeshadow primer, and this one retails for $8.99. This one's shade 1 Nude. I find Milani products are a little bit more expensive for the drugstore. Let me just dab a little bit on my eyes here. I'm gonna take my beauty blender and just kind of dab that in a bit. This is the Essence Brighten Up Banana Powder. This retails for $4.99 US. I cannot find this in Canada anymore. This is honestly my favorite powder for underneath my eyes. I see that it's on the Essence website, but for some reason the stuff on the Essence website will not ship to Canada. But I cannot find this in any other drugstore. If anyone sees this in any drugstore or any store in Canada, please like comment that down below. I need to find it. I'm gonna put some on my forehead. I'm always careful not to apply too much on my face because it is very brightening, but I'll do like my forehead and my nose and my chin. If you guys have any like products that you save for like special occasions, usually they're like really fancy products, like, you know, my Hourglass face palette or my Charlotte Tilbury eyeshadow palette or like whatever. But like you only want to pull it out at like a special occasion because it's so expensive. This is honestly how I feel about this powder. It's not expensive, but because I can't find it anywhere, it's like my special occasion powder. Like when I want my eyes to look really, really good, I will buy this. Next up, let's see, what do I want to do next? Okay, I'm gonna dip into these eyeshadow palettes. So I have 2 eyeshadow palettes here. The first one that I have is the e.l.f. Bite Size Cream and Sugar palette. This is like a little quad. This one here is, it just gives me Natasha Denona nude, like mini nude palette vibes. Like I think this would probably be a really good dupe. I don't have that with me here in Ontario, it's in Alberta, but one day I have to put these two like side by side because honestly like the color story here looks really, really similar. The second palette I have is the e.l.f. Cosmetics Bite Size palette, but this one's in the shade Truffles. This one is a really pretty like brown fall palette. These are the swatches. On the top we have Cream and Sugar, and on the bottom we have Truffles. I think today though I'm going to use the Cream and Sugar palette just because I love this color story. It's going to be like a really pretty nude. Drugstore eyeshadow palettes can be kind of iffy for me. I feel like if there's anywhere that you can like invest your money, I mean invest, like it's gonna give you a payback, but I mean it'll give you a payback on your face. Your face will look nice, so you know, that's the return on your investment, I guess, is pretty face. I'm gonna take my crease brush here and I'm gonna dip it into, I mean there's not a lot of shades to choose from, we're gonna use them all. The first nude shade there, and I'm gonna see how this shows up on my skin. I have a feeling it's not gonna do anything in my crease, but let's again work it into the crease. Like I expected, it does nothing. So I'm gonna take an all over eyeshadow brush. Oh, I need to clean my brushes. I'm gonna take this brush here, I'm gonna dip into that, and I'm just gonna put it all over my eyeshadow just as kind of like a nice neutral base. This is honestly probably my perfect skin color. It's not doing a darn thing, like really. This palette has like no crease shade, like none. I'm going to apply it, I guess, without a crease shade. So I'm going to take the really dark brown shade on the end there. Take like this kind of a brush. I'm going to dip into that. And I'm going to really work that on kind of this outer third of my eye. And once I've kind of put some on, I'm going to take, oh, no, that's the wrong brush. I'm going to take my crease brush and I'm going to really blend that out and even work it up into my crease just a bit. I don't think that these matte shades are easy to blend at all. I feel like where I put this shadow is where it wants to stay. It doesn't really want to move very much. I'm just going to do the same with the other eye. I'm going to pat that in. I feel like this is probably as good as it's going to get. We're going to take the lightest shimmer shade first. I'm going to take that pretty much until the dark area of my eye and then into my crease as well. I'm going to take my crease brush and I'm just going to kind of clean up my crease area a bit. And I'm going to do the same with the other side. I'm going to take that like brownish, I'd say coppery shimmer shade. And I'm going to focus that kind of where the light shimmer and the brown meet. I need to add a little bit more dimension in the edge there. Now I'm just going to take my all over brush and I'm going to dip it into the light shimmer shade again and just kind of diffuse all of that. I decided to do the copper shade kind of all over my lid, but not going into the inner corner, and I think that turned out a little bit better. I'm going to kind of blend out the crease just a little bit. I think it's time for the eyebrows, so I'm going to take this Essence Micro Precise Eyebrow Pencil, and this one is $2.99 US. Honestly, I would say Essence is like my favorite drugstore line. I've been kind of using this to fill in this area here and like the front area. I just realized I have this Essence It's About Brows palette, 4-in-1 palette here. It kind of has like this waxy area. First, I'm going to go in with the lightest brown shade as well. I'm going to do my mascara next. So I have this Covergirl Lash Blast Clean Mascara. I feel like 3 coats was like a good amount of mascara. I feel like it is pretty, but it's not, I don't know, I don't feel like it's like extremely volumizing. I feel like my eyelashes do look really pretty. So, but I think I would want like 3 coats to kind of build it up to a little bit more volume. But otherwise, I feel like this is a pretty good mascara. I'm going to have to play around with it a little bit more. I do like that it's clean. For bronzer today, I'm going to use the Maybelline City Bronzer. This is in shade 200. I think this is like one of the medium ones. Actually, I haven't used this for a while. I'm going to take my bronzer brush here, dab that in. I'm going in. And my forehead, let's bronze it up. I'm just going to add some nose contour. And take like my large contour brush, just kind of tap it out a bit. And I always kind of use that to just kind of buff that out. I'm going to apply some blush. I have 2 new blushes that I haven't tried out. I've tried out one of Essence's blush before. I think it's in shade Believing. But these ones are kind of like their Mosaic blushes. And I have the Berry Connection, shade 40. And I have shade 20, All You Need Is Pink. I think I'm going to go in with the All You Need Is Pink one. I'm going to take my blush brush here. I'm going to go in and kind of apply that on my cheeks. I feel like this is actually a very like light blush. I'm building it up quite a bit, but I think you would like this if you want just like a subtle blush on your cheek. Then we're going to finish with this Milani Strobelight shade Afterglow. And I'm going to take, I've been really liking this kind of smaller highlighter brush. I'm going to take it down my nose. That is intense. And then take it on the side here and the other side. I have a lot of these like Essence lipsticks here. I think I'm going to take shade 06 Real. These lipsticks are really good. The packaging is terrible. Like they fall out all the time. I'm going to take, I think it's a lip gloss day. I'm going to take this Essence Shine 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 lip gloss in shade Shrink Pink, I think. No, something like that. And I think this one, I don't have the price here, but I think these are like $2 or $3, something like that. I used to have like the Pixie setting spray that I really liked, but I ran out of it. So I'm going to use this Pure Times Barbie setting spray, which is pricey for drugstore, but technically still drugstore. So I'm going to just apply this. This is the final look here. I really like how kind of rosy it turned out from like my eyes to my lip gloss. I definitely feel very bronzed, which I do love, especially now that summer is over. My least favorite is probably the eyeshadow. My favorites, I would have to say, are like bronzers, blushes. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment down below with your favorite drugstore setting powder, because I am on a hunt for another good one. And if you see this Essence one at any of your drugstores, please let me know. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye.